This is Bridget Kelly, and you're checking out my boy, David Duane.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning back into On Air with your one and only rock star on the mic, David Duane, in the place to be on My First Wings Radio. Yes. Y'all should already know who we about to have back. We have our girl, Bridget Kelly, on with us. And guess what? She's got some new fever for y'all. She's turning up. She's still talking about love. She's talking about all great things with The Great Escape. What's going on, Bridget?
Yes, I'm really excited about the new music, and I'm excited that it's been received so well, obviously, and we're putting some more, getting ready to release this video, getting ready to put some shows together. I have a show in New York City, actually, at Rockwood Music Hall on September 25th, which is going to be awesome. So yes. I look forward to seeing all my homegrown fans in New York. Just turn up with me one time. That'd be great.
Listen, I'm not even returning back to LA just to make sure that I'm at the show, okay? I saw the date today. I was like, no, she did not. But she did. Okay. I'll stay. So, Great Escape. I love the approach of this project. You work with AO and Keys on this project, and the production is, it's you turning up and you getting way sexy and you're feeling confident. Was that really the direction that you wanted to go as far as this project was concerned, or did it kind of like evolve as you were working with them? Yeah, and I really wanted to just give a whole different perspective, you know what I mean, on relationships. Obviously, I'm all my songs are about being in love or trying to find love, and I felt like, okay, well, let me take a flirtier, more fun, hot girl summer approach to relationships for a change, which is different for me. You know what I mean? A lot of the songs are experimental. Lucky You is very different. You is sexy, it's confident, and it exudes a different attitude that I haven't really shared with my fans and my audience. It's always about love and romance, not about seduction. So I was really happy to try something new. Exactly. And I love the fact that you were trying something new, because when I heard Lucky You, I was like, wait a minute, what's going on? I'm like, are we turning up? We like, what? I love the approach. Yeah. And sometimes you have to switch the style up. So with Lucky You, for those who haven't heard the track, tell them about the record. So Lucky You is basically just about, finding a person as a woman, finding a person that you deem worthy of spending your time, your energy, your attention, and your affection on, you know what I mean? And especially where sex is concerned, I feel like with women now, we've embraced our sensuality and embraced our desire to be sexy, you know what I mean? And I think that's really what the song embodies. Exactly. And how important would you say it is for a woman to embrace that versus, kind of like pushing that to the side and being either career focused or being focused on children? Like, how important do you feel that is for a woman? I think confidence overall is important for a woman. I don't think it has to be necessarily where sex is concerned. I think it should be in whatever you feel, strongly about. I think it's really, for me, especially as a woman, I think the older I get, the more about balance it is. You know what I mean? Being able to balance my confidence in my career, my confidence in my relationships, my confidence, even within myself, where my body is concerned, and I think, that's really what it comes down to. I preach about confidence all the time. I don't think you necessarily have to be, a sex kitten in order to be sexy. I think confidence is sexy. So, as long as you feel good about the skin you're in, I think that's the most important thing. Exactly. And you've always been one to be comfortable with the skin that you're in. So let's even talk about the fact of, I know we've never really talked about it in depth, but hosting, like, you're really comfortable doing that. Yeah. And I know that you have been, taking some meetings with different networks and stuff like that. Can we expect Bridget Kelly doing a talk show? Because I know you see me tweeting at you sometimes and be like, yo, Bridget, we need to have our own show together. That's the goal. That's really the goal. My ultimate goal is to host a late night show, a late night variety show. And I've done it. I enjoy daytime. I think daytime is great. There's a variety of topics we can talk about. But there's not a lot of women in the nighttime space. Not at all. It's a male dominated industry and lane. So ultimately for me, I would like to host a late night show. But other than that, I'm pursuing a lot of different endeavors on television. Getting into some dipping my toe in the acting pool as well. Just trying to see experiments and see what sticks. So, but definitely in 2020, gonna be on TV a lot more. Listen, I'm here for it. I've always supported every project that you've done, but I feel like, especially seeing you on Steve Harvey and then giving your advice on relationships and then taking it from your own experience and then bringing it to music too, it all makes sense for you to to be a woman and to voice these things because firsthand. I feel like
I feel like it's hard to gauge what the support is going to look like when you're making a project and you want to put it out and you don't necessarily know who's going to who's be into it. But I'm always grateful for all the female support that comes about.
Exactly. And let's talk about how last year Reality Bites came out on my birthday. Thank you again for doing that. Because I was like, do not change the date. And such a beautiful debut album. And when you think back to finally getting the album out to now, how does that make you feel? Because you got a lot of great response from that, and you did a lot of promo and shows too.
Yeah, I mean, the album for me was about me. I really didn't, in going in and thinking about the records I wanted to include on the full-length project, I really wasn't thinking about what the fans were looking for. I really just wanted to tell my story. And there were so many facets of it that led up to that point and that release. And I felt like I was able to close some chapters in my life by doing that. You know, it was a pivotal project for me. And one of those milestones that was like, you know, I've released music before. People love songs. People love shows. And there's memories that people have of seeing me on stage, but there's no like project that's been like, oh my God, this project. And I felt like Reality Bites really captured every element of me, which, you know, I was really happy to share with the world. So I think now in making music, I think my mission is really just to be theme based, you know what I mean? And think about, you know, what I want the project to represent versus just, you know, making music for the sake of telling a specific story. I think Great Escape tells a story, but it's also the overall attitude and the vibe and feel is different than Reality Bites. I think Reality Bites beginning to end was intense. It was dramatic. It was about love. It was about heartache. It was about surrender. It was about, you know, moving on. And I think, you know, for this project in particular, it's really about finding yourself and feeling free and just being who you are.
Exactly. And before we even touch on finding yourself, I got to tell you, I knew that the project was an impact when I was in my hometown of Delaware and I heard somebody play In the Gray in the radio. I was like, oh my gosh. I wanted to freak because that's rare that I'm hearing somebody play your music in my hometown. I thought I'm the only one who know. But I'm glad that people recognize the realness and the passion that you have when it comes to this music. Because your music connects with hearts. And I've always told you that. But that was the firm confirmation for me. Once I heard it in Delaware, I was like, yeah, nigga. Yeah. Like,
I'm glad. I know. And it's such a random place, too. It's like, all the cities it could be.
It's like, Delaware, what?
Right. I was like, Delaware where? Wilmington? No? Okay.
Yes. In Wilmington. I couldn't believe it. And this discovery of, you know, finding yourself through the years and with this music, I can definitely tell that you definitely have and you feel more comfortable with, you know, really expressing yourself. There's a greater happiness. Can I ask, what was that moment that kind of made this overcome for you?
I think it was really just creating in a new space. I went to Atlanta to make this project, and I really felt strongly about immersing myself in the process without any. And I felt like in New York, it's distracting. My family's here, my friends, my family's there, my friends are there. There's always something going on. In LA, it's the same thing. I'm all over the place. I'm in my car 80% of the time. So I felt like, you know, in Atlanta, I was able just to lock in, you know what I mean, and work with people that I admired and respect and whose talent I really, you know, was a fan of. So I felt like, okay, cool. It kind of iron sharpens iron, you know what I mean? And I thought I put myself in a position in the space to really fine tune my craft and really work on it and grow as a writer, you know, and focus less on trying to be the most singingest singer in the room and really, like, not I want to say dumb it down, but simplify the process, not overthink it, you know.
Right.
I think that was really it for me on this project. It was really just going to Atlanta and locking in and tuning all the noise out.
And it's good that you got a moment to tune the noise out and really lock in. And even though you've got friends in Atlanta too, but I love the fact that you went to Atlanta and you recorded the project because you got a different sound too, which people are loving. And I love how you let me even kind of tease them a little bit because by the time they hear this, they'll already have seen the short film. And girl,
Thank you.
The narration.
We tried something a little different. We tried something a little different this time around.
And what inspired you to take this approach versus saying, you know what, let's just do video by video?
Well, each song is really short, so I felt like let me go ahead and capitalize and, you know, find a way to tell a story that incorporates all of the records. And I felt like we managed to do that in 2 days, you know what I mean, which was not a lot of time, you know what I mean, to put everything together. But it really came together well. I'm proud of the project, and I'm proud of my glam squad, my styling team, you know, the production guys, the director, everybody was really on the same page. So that was really great.
Yeah, everything was on the same page. Everything looked good. You look good. The guy in the video looked good. Everything looked great. The friends, like, it was like,
thank you.
So amazing. And what I love is like concept of how you met this guy, and then you're starting to like think in your mind like, okay, where's this going to go, kind of thing. And then it takes it to a month later, and you guys are actually together, and then you guys are chilling, and then he's got this girl.
You can't give the whole video away. You can't give the video away.
No,
I have to edit this whole part out.
I know. Give a little snippet, and then it just
you don't have to edit. You just gave the whole play-by-play, so we're just gonna just abort mission on that question.
Yeah, right. abort. But I just love the fact that it just was how reality happens in love. So did you actually have you experienced what we're seeing in the video like that?
Yeah, I think it's you know, you get your wires crossed, and sometimes people miscommunicate, and not on purpose, but it's just, you know, you get caught up in your feelings and you think something is a certain way, and then it turns out that it's not, and not everybody wants the same things that you want, and sometimes people don't know what they want, and they need the space and the freedom to figure that out. And there's really there doesn't always have to be a villain in every story. I think that was kind of the idea too. You know, with this particular short film, it was kind of like, I don't want to demonize him and make him seem like a jerk, but it's also, you know, that's what you want, then live with your decision, and I'm gonna live with mine.
Because the way how the guy looked, he was like, oh shoot, he couldn't even get his face together. I was like, that's what you get. So now, is there love now in your life, or are you very focused?
Oh yeah, I'm totally in love with somebody that's emotionally unstable, but that's a conversation for another day.
And for women or men that have to deal with that, what's your advice to them? Because a lot of people don't know how to deal with that at all.
I think my advice is to commit to your bottom line, right? I feel like everybody gets caught up in the process, and it's like, what's your bottom line? You want to be happy. You want to be at peace. You want to feel the love that you are radiating, right? That's my bottom line. So if it means I got to be a little more patient, I broke my foot 3 months ago. So I've been in physical therapy. I've been trying to get back right. And physically, I mean, workouts and fitness is a part of my mental health. So not having the ability to do that, and really heal that way, I've had to like take my time. If nothing else, it's been a test of patience. And I think, you know, being patient with my injury has also forced me to be patient in how I deal with my relationships, and understanding that everything doesn't have to be right now. You know what I mean? And respecting that and respecting space. You know, but I also, you know, I think too, if your bottom line is that you want to be with a certain type of person, and the person that you're with is not showing you that that's who they are, you just gotta let it go.
Right.
Can't force anything.
Yeah, you can't. And I try to tell people that too. I even tell myself still, David, you can't force if somebody don't want to like you. You know, but it takes a lot of realization and a lot of maturing and growing to just kind of get into your focus.
But also, after a while, you get tired of the rejection too.
Yes.
So I think that
too.
That was part of it for me. It was kind of like, I don't want this rejection and this pain to be normal to me. I don't want this to become the pattern. I think I'm trying to develop better patterns and better behaviors and better habits. And yeah, that's really it.
Because I like what you say on social media when you're saying about being the auntie, and I say to myself, I'm tired of being the uncle. Like, I'll be 30 before I know it. Like, come on, what's going on? What's really good?
Right.
So I feel you on that.
It's true.
And these shows are coming up. So do we get a mixture of the new music too? Like, what's the vibe?
The show is going to be everything. I mean, it's 45 minutes long, so I'm putting together the set list now. It's going to be new stuff, old stuff, classic stuff. You know, we'll remix, we'll do a couple covers in there. Like, it's going to be an incredible show. I'm really amped. I can't wait to reunite with my band when I get back to New York next week, and really just start to hone in on what we're doing and really prepare like a great live experience for everybody, because I haven't done it. I haven't performed in a year, so I'm pumped to be able to get back on the stage. Yeah,
and I'm pumped for you because every single show that you do, you always turn up and you always perform, and so does the band. So I need for everybody to check you out if they haven't checked you out in live show, because you really deliver.
Yeah.
And I've got to ask you, can we hear Shit Happens in Cocaine Heartbreak? Because I need to get my fix.
We'll see if I can. We'll see if I can't convince the band.
Yeah, because I think that'd be so hit, especially for like the new fans who haven't heard Cuts BK. Like,
yeah. I think it'll be great for everybody. It'll be really great for everybody to get to hear the old stuff that they love and the new things that they haven't gotten to hear live yet.
Exactly. And there's a new project that's coming out too, as well.
We're not even talking about that yet. That's quiet. Quiet as kept. Next year, though. It'll be out next year.
Nice. So it's going to be a whole different vibe, I heard.
Oh yeah. Whole different vibe. But I'm constantly creating, so the direction could change. I don't know. We'll see. I'm inspired right now, so I'm excited to get in and keep working until it's right.
That's amazing, my love. Well, I'm so happy for you, always staying inspired and, inspiring others and just doing your thing in all the multifacets that you're a part of.
Yes, thank you so much for your support. You've been a writer from the very beginning, waiting downstairs in hot SOBs, waiting to talk for a second.
Listen,
after the show. So I really appreciate you.
Anytime, listen, any single time, no matter if it's New York, LA, Philly, I'm there. Period. That's just how we roll.
All right, well, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for this. This is really great. Thank you for taking the time out today. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. So before we have you go, tell everybody where they can follow you on socials and download the new project.
So it's at I Am Bridget Kelly on Twitter and Instagram. Facebook is just Bridget Kelly. And you can find my EP, Great Escape, on all streaming platforms and iTunes as well.
This is Bridget Kelly, and you're checking out my boy, David Duane.